Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from Mike over at Light Reading. I will link it in the description down below so you guys could check it out. So in this video, I wanted to talk about AT&T because John Stankey at his presentation at the UBS conference, he was a bit more clearer. I think he was the clearest actually out of all of the CEOs that presented that they are going to increase pricing. So I wanted to discuss that in this video and share with you guys his commentary at the UBS conference. I think there is more room to raise prices. He simply said that, right? And if he's saying that, he's indirectly telling you a price increase is coming in 2024. Now, he's not specifically saying we are going to raise pricing, but the fact that he says here, I think there is more room to raise prices. I mean, that should tell you everything you need to know. There is more room to raise pricing. So then he continues. There are a variety of different ways to go after it, he continued. And I think what's important and what we've demonstrated at AT&T is we can find ways to drive our relationship, to sustain a relationship with the customer, get them in a position where they see more value, get them comfortable with the fact that they may be paying more or paying for what the value that they're receiving, and do it in a way that doesn't disrupt our base. So what he's saying is here, if you look at their churn the last few quarters, their churn has been relatively flat. So it's a low churn if you compare that to the competition, and it hasn't really gone up or down. It's remained flat. And they had price increases for the legacy base, which I feel probably sparked conversations at the dinner table and got attention of some of the legacy customers because prices were increased. But like he's saying, you know, they see the value of the new plans, the traveling, whatever the case may be, right? Because I got to say this, and I'll add this in, right? What he's saying here is that there is a perceived value on these plans that the consumer is willing to pay more for that value. What that value really is, I don't know, right? For me, I don't travel internationally, so I'm not going to make use of that, right? The international package that they offer the unlimited in Latin American countries, I wouldn't use that. So to me, that's no value. And I don't know at scale how that can be perceived as a big value. Now, again, if they added in a bunch of perks, streaming or whatnot, right? And they increased the pricing and said, okay, for this price increase, you get all this, then it makes sense. But they really didn't add anything onto their plans. Maybe they added a little bit of a higher hotspot. That's fine. And then they added the international roaming on the unlimited plan. And you can do so in unlimited fashion. But again, I don't see that as a big, huge value to justify paying more for. So they're going to have to show me, right? This is what he's saying. And I have to believe in that because the churn is flat, right? If he was way off, then his churn should be higher, but his churn is not higher. So the reason he can say this is because his base is not leaving. So he can say this publicly and we have to agree and be okay with it. But I can pick that apart and say, look, what value did you really add? What's the value play here? You used to have HBO Max before it got rebranded to Max. That was a good value. So if you got, right, just to throw this out there, if you got HBO Max included or Max now included in the plan, you got Internet Air discounted for bundling with wireless, and then, you know, you got a little bit of an increase on the wireless bill, I think people will be okay with that, right? Because now you're deepening the relationship. Overall, they're paying less on these products. They're not paying for Max. But to just increase prices next year without adding anything, I don't think that's going to work. So they got to add something in there. Value-wise, I don't know if that's a perk value a perk, streaming, whatever it is. I feel they need to do that in 2024 if they plan on increasing the price. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. Make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.